Welcome back, guys, and today I'm going to go through the rule book and show you how to get prepared to play Bloodborne The Board Game. We're going to try to do a little bit of a playthrough of at least one chapter's worth for you guys, and hopefully that inspires you guys to try this board game. It's a lot of fun and it gives a lot of resemblance to the actual game back when the PlayStation 4 released it in 2015. Now, you're going to get the board game with a bunch of these miniatures, and you do not need to paint them to play, but I've been a painting enthusiast for a couple of years now. We're going to kind of showcase a couple of the models later, but it really helps bring you more immersive into the game, and it was definitely a lot of fun bringing those little characters from the game, from the screen to life. So first thing that you're going to do is open up the box and you're going to get out all the contents. But here is the core rule book. This is, it's only a couple pages long, and we're going to go through it. And we're going to go through how to play the game, go through the chapters, and what you're kind of expecting when you're going into the hunt and playing into the hunter's dream. So you're going to get quite a large box. You're going to get, this one here. You should be left with an enemy kind of, we're going to go into what all of these things are, but this is an enemy playmat. You're going to have the rule book. You should have 4 of these hunter dashboards. You should have 4 primary hunter cards, unless you've gotten more. These are tiles to play the game with. And then you're going to have this large selection of materials here. You're going to have chapter cards, you're going to have monster cards, attack cards, and these little counters as well. You're going to have a bunch of these counters within the box, a couple of these little insights and stuff like that. I'd recommend you get a Ziploc bag of some kind to keep those pieces in, or even a cup on the side as you play the game. So we are going to go back to the Old Hunter's rulebook here, and we're going to go through on how to get your first game started. So you have a big table of contents on how to play. Like I said, the contents that come within the package of the game, and it's going to tell you exactly how to set up your campaign. It does recommend that you start with the blue one here, which I've played a bit of before. So my cards are a bit mixed. Edit out. It does recommend that you start with a campaign called the Long Hunt, which is going to be this light blue deck. I have played some of it before, so you're going to pull out the cards to the Long Hunt deck and put it off to the side. Next, you're going to get one of your 4 hunter dashboards. Keep it with you, and if you're playing with other friends, go on, take out another one, but we are not, so we are going to put the other 3 away. From here, it's going to ask you to pick a hunter. So you have the stake driver, the rifle spear, the Ludwig's Holy Blade, the threaded cane, the hunter axe, and the saw cleaver. So I think we are going to go with a classic saw cleaver. So you take your model and you're going to put it right into here, into this middle part. It's going to show us the instructions soon, but then the rest of them, you get to put them away. You will also see what gun from the page here, based on the imagery that your hunter can use the weapon of. So I have all my guns kind of tucked away under here with some more stuff. So you have a couple of these weapons here. Oh, sorry, hold on. So you're gonna have images of which hunter starts with which gun, and this is your hunter pistol. You're gonna put it up with your firearm. You'll put the rest of these back in the box. From here, we're gonna follow the rest of the instructions. It is telling us that we have the card, we will need the model, we have the gun, and we're going to get hit damage dice based on the number that we have in the top corner. So it is 6 at the time, so like it recommends is a 3, 1, 1, and 1 to make your 6 hit points. I'm going to grab my miniature model, which this is my painted hunter. I will get a better image of it for reference, unless it goes really up close. No. And you will grab your model. So that seems pretty simple. Next, you're going to be moving on to your attack deck. This is the one that kind of looks like the hunters on the back of the cards. From here, it says setting up the hunter deck. I believe, oh, it says right there. To make the basic starting deck, you're going to need these things. So it shows that there is a green part, a blue part, a gray part, and a purple part. You might not be able to see that with the lighting, but it says 3 basic endurance cards, 3 skill cards, 3 strength cards, and 3 vitality cards. Maybe if I'm able to show these, you can tell that that is green, that is blue, that is gray, and that is purple. Okay, so back to it. As it says at the top of the card, you can read that it says basic. That is a purple card. And what it's saying is that you will need 3 of each basic color cards. So you will go through the deck and gather 3 that say basic, not leaping, not swift, but basic. You'll need 3 of each. And there we are. So you take your cards, and these are your basic actions of play for the deck. You will have 3 of each of the colors. Keep that on hand. So you are finished with that. Next, we are going to move on to the Hunter's board setup. With this part, it gets a little bit more complicated, but we will help keep you on the right pace through it. So first, what you're going to want to do is find your chapter card. So we are going to go with the Long Hunt Chapter 1. So here we are. We have the Old Hunt Chapter 1 card. And you're going to place it in the bottom corner right here, where it says chapter. On the card, it is going to tell you which enemies are going to go and fill the slots. So you're going to find your Hunter's Mob, which are these guys. And you're going to go into your character cards and find the characters that match the campaign that you're playing. So I have the Hunter's Mob here. And what we're going to do is place the Hunter's Mob, who is exactly the same on both, always not the same on both sides. But you are going to put one of the 2 sides down and place him right on top. Ensure that you have a couple of your models ready or on hand. The next one that it states for the long hunt, you also need the Huntsman's Minion. So we're going to pick this one, which is this model. And the last one is the Scourge Beast. So a bunch of these do look like they become more powerful on one side, and some of them are a little bit more diverse when they come to fighting. We'll learn about combat in a moment. Then you will take your Scourge Beast and put it there. Looking good. Now, things that you also need on the side is another deck here of cards that look just like your regular basic deck, but it is the extra deck that goes along here where the upgrades are. So you're going to find another stack of cards within the box that have other abilities like Tirelessness, Bloodthirsty, Defensive, and you're going to shuffle this deck and put it to the side. And what it's going to ask you to do is take 4 of these cards and place them face up in the Hunter's Dream category area. You may get multiples or the same. These are cards that you can switch out when you come back to the Hunter's Dream and substitute them for cards that are already in your fighting deck. Now this goes a long way to making a big impact on how your character fights. We will explain that a little bit more soon. Another one you're going to need is the Time Tracker, which is just this little symbol, and mine is probably going to be missing. Ooh. It is going to be in the depths of somewhere. So for now, we are just going to use a single hit token. So you can use as you wish, but I'm just going to use that for now. There's a lot of pieces. Next, you are also going to need this number 4, which is consumable items. You're going to find those. They are also going to be another thin set of cards. And you're going to scroll through until you find on the back, they say consumables. Ensure that you have them face down and only the consumables get placed next to that. And last but not least, you're also going to get number 5, which is the reward deck, near the bottom of the hunt board with the text face down. Yeah, so you're going to have the reward deck, which kind of has this imagery and writing on the back. You're going to have all of these guys face up, just so you know what you're looking for. And that should help you set up for the first part before the game of the hunt begins. With your character all prepared, we are going to go through a slight bit about how combat happens. And then as we play the game, see it says, setup is now complete and the hunt is ready to begin. This is an example of somebody playing 2 players, where they have their models, the enemies that are being prepared to take actions, they have their deck prepared for the chapter, and the things that they're going to be looking to do. We are going to slightly go over what combat looks like and how turns happen. So we're going to move this up and out of the way. And then the deck here, I'm going to have to sort it. We'll go beside there. And all of these kind of just shuffle upwards. Now we are going to take a tile, like this one, and we're going to place it down. Wow, that light is really bright. And what we're going to do is take our model and face it against one of the opposing models. Oh, I also missed one other part. The enemy action part. I did not miss it. It was just kind of shown in a picture, but not actually explained too much. So these are enemy action cards. There's only a handful of them, and they're based on the very basic type of enemy that you will encounter. The miniature models, not exactly the larger boss models. So what you're going to see here is that they have abilities, basics, and specials. And when it comes to the card itself, you're going to represent which one that you flipped based on the basic, special, or ability of that creature. So for our example here, we're going to keep this card to the side for easy reference. We're going to shuffle this deck. And we are going to come into combat. We're going to try to fight the Hunter's Mob. When looking at its sheet, it only has 4 hit points. There's 3 different categories of attack. You are going to have a quick cut, or a speedy attack, a medium speed attack, and a slow attack. When it comes to fighting, there's going to be an initiative order that happens at the same moment, where you are going to choose whether you're going to play a card into the section of here and attack quickly to deal 1 damage. You're going to act at a medium speed to do 2 damage. You're going to act the slowest to do 3 damage. There's advantages to all these. On the back side is your trick weapon. So here we are the saw cleaver mode, which looks like it doesn't show any difference in the picture, but this looks like it is the faster attack. Attacks with stagger also deal +1 damage. On kill, draw 1 card and heal 1. So each side of the card does something different, but each side of the card also represents new levels of play and action. So we're going to try it with this side, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean. The player who plays with the faster attack gets to attack first. It goes our turn, their turn, our turn, their turn. We're going to run an example. So as we have this down, we are going to represent that it is our turn. We always need 3 cards on hand. It seems like a lot of rules right now, but it's going to make a lot more sense once we get into play. So we have a basic, draw 1, basic, draw 1, and a dodge, clear this slot card. Those are pretty good. What we're going to do is go to the Hunter's Mob character, which you just need to be 1 tile or 1 slit away from to attack. And we are going to do a basic for draw 1 card, and we are going to slash. We are going to go for the medium one for 2 damage. So when I play this, they get to flip a card. And they got the ability card. Flip another enemy action, the Hunter's Mob gains an extra speed up and does 1 more damage based on the hit. And it is a basic swing. So he gets to move up to a faster swing, a 3 movement speed, and now does 3 damage. So he strikes me first, and I take the wound hit of 3 hit points, and he gets slashed for 2 damage. So that brings him down to 2. And for this, I get to draw 1 card. I got another basic dodge card. The card that you used will stay on the card unless it says to clear this slot, like the dodge does. Now it becomes the Hunter Mob's turn. We need to do our action before he is allowed to do his action. You pick which one you're going to do before he flips a card. So we are going to use a basic dodge and do the quick cut. So when he goes to strike, if he is not faster than us, which he is not, we get to dodge and deal him 1 damage. Yeah, we will put another counter on him. So he has taken 3 damage, and this clears the slot. But the card goes in the graveyard. At the beginning of our turn, we need to draw cards until we have 3 cards. We got a basic +1 attack. Now, just for the sake of doing it, we need to make sure that the Hunter's Mob is defeated. He has 1 hit point left, so I think I'm going to go with a basic quick cut. He's going to flip a card. He gets the special, which is a 2 speed, 2 damage, stagger stun. But I have 3. I move before he does. He does 1 more damage to him. The slot is cleared, and the enemy is taken off the table. From here, you gain something, insight token, and you will keep it with your Hunter's Dream stuff or in your inventory. So from here, I hope this gives you, oh, it actually goes right here, doesn't it? Blood Echoes, this is what it is. And it says a maximum of 3. I've played it a couple times. This has been a good little refresher, but we're going to try to do a playthrough of at least the first chapter and give you guys a little bit of insight on it. I hope this has been informative, and I'm really excited to give this game a try again and play some more. Thanks very much.